Yeah. All right, it's in progress. Hi, Jenny.
Hi, Lisa. So excited.
I am
You?
too. I'm super excited. I woke up this morning, I was like, oh, this is great. And for those of you who are watching this, again, total accident, but Jenny and I were supposed to do this a month ago, and we were supposed to do it on 1/11 at 11 o'clock. But we had to postpone. And again, I totally didn't mean this, but we are doing it on 2/22/22.
That is so awesome.
I know, I love it. So I'll let you take it away.
Okay. So, for all of you watching, and a refresher for Lisa, what I do is the way that I receive messages is very visual. So there will be times when I'm giving the reading that I'm silent. And when I'm silent, it's just because I'm taking in my surroundings, and then I will relay to you what I see. And so in my mind's eye, I see the Akashic Records as a library. And do we know what the Akashic Records is? Should I just give a little?
Well, the interview will have been before this. So even though we haven't officially taped the interview, they will see this, and we'll talk a little bit more about that.
So I see the records as a library, and in the records are your guides or angels or animals, ancestors. You never know who's going to be in there. And they're there to give us messages and love and support. And many times we go into past lives, and sometimes we go other places out of the records. And then other times we have metaphors. So I know, Lisa, the first time I gave you a reading was kind of more in the beginning of my experience of giving readings to other people. I've, been doing this for myself for many, many years. But so I'm curious, this may be very different than your first reading was.
Yeah.
Were there any metaphors in your reading when I gave you a reading, or was it?
I mean, the things that I think so. Well, I was in Atlantis. I know that's not necessarily a metaphor. There was the snake. I think that was the metaphor, right? Because the snake came in, and you said that's usually around shedding things, and then the story you told afterwards.
Okay, yes, so there's definitely symbolism. Lots of symbolism. Yeah, they like to give gifts, lots of symbolism. But sometimes, like, they will hand me a book, and in the book, I will see sometimes past lives, and sometimes it's a scene that's unfolding, and it's actually a metaphor. That's why I was asking if you had that, because I have that happen a lot. And sometimes it takes a minute to get the feel of, like, is this a past life or is this a metaphor?
Okay.
So,
yeah, I don't think we had that then. I think we just had half past lives.
Where it's going to go, it can go anywhere. So let's dive in. Is there anything else that I should clarify? No? Okay.
No, I think we're good.
Okay. So I start by connecting to the light. So Lisa, if you will connect to the light with me, focus on the top of your head, your crown chakra, and connect to the light above. Breathe in the light of pure love from above. Breathe it in and let it fill your entire body, every cell. Breathe in the light from above and breathe out and send an anchor into the core of Mother Earth, out your root chakra, your tailbone. So breathe in the light from above. Breathe out any tension or worry or stress or any energy that's not yours to carry. Breathe out, and Mother Earth will lovingly take that from you. Now we are grounded and connected from above and below. I call upon all my angels, guides, and teachers of the highest truth and compassion to be with us today as we open the Akashic Records of Lisa Callahan. Please guide us with protection and help us to set our egos aside so that we are open to receive all messages that are here for us today for our highest good. I call upon all the angels, guides, and teachers of the highest truth and compassion of Lisa Callahan. Please be with us today as we open the Akashic Records of Lisa Callahan. Please guide us with protection and help us to set our egos aside so that we are open to receive any and all messages that are here for us today for our highest goods. Now, Lisa, will you see yourself opening the door to your records with me?
Mhm.
There is a lot of peppy, high energy in here today, which is, it just reminds me of you. But there's a lot of light and a lot of like excited energy. And your guide here today, your main guide, is your higher self. And she is very excited we're here. And she wants to jump right in. She's handing me a book. It's funny, she keeps like clapping. She's all excited. Okay, so I am on a cobblestone road. This feels like London. So you're walking down this road and you are just saying hi to everyone. And you're like shopping, you're buying things on the side of the road. There are horse-drawn carriages. Okay, so I'm getting the sense that you have an elevated status. They're saying to say hi to your husband. Your husband has some kind of okay, I feel that he is in politics. He has some kind of office. He holds some sort of office. Very well respected, very well liked. You're giving food that you just bought on the side of the road. You're giving it to the little street children, the orphan children. And they're so happy. They know you by name. So you do this regularly. You're very happy. You're very high on life. Okay, they're showing you going into a shop. And this is like a high-end boutique. You're buying clothing. A really fancy hat. Okay, so you go back to your home. And you, like I said, you're very upper class. So you have a lot of help in your home. But you're very kind to them. You're very kind to all of your help. They like you very much. Okay, you're throwing some kind of party, like a dinner party. That's why you're buying the outfit and the hat. You're overseeing everything they're making, but you're very positive and encouraging. So you're all at the dinner table and you have many guests there, and you have children. You have 4 children, 2 daughters and 2 sons. And you're very worried about their etiquette. Your husband is speaking to everyone. He's announcing that they just got the funding to do some sort of building. He's building something. He's talking about how this is going to benefit the community because it's going to provide a lot of jobs. He's very well respected. The people at the party are just going up to him and telling him he's a saint and he's so good for the city. You're very proud of him. So now it's skipping ahead to where this structure, I'm not sure what it is, but whatever they're building, it's in progress now. And you visit there, regularly, and you bring the workers little cakes and bread. And again, you're just encouraging everyone. It's a hospital. He built a hospital. You're visiting the sick children there. You just spread joy wherever you go. You just visit the children, visit everybody in the hospital, bring little gifts. And it's like your smile just lights people up, just your presence. Okay, so I'm back in your records. They wanted to show you that little glimpse of that live. Your guide is speaking. She wants to give a message. She says that your purpose in this life was the same as it was in that life, which is simply to spread joy. And that this is the medicine that humanity truly needs. And she's very proud of you and the work that you're doing. She's telling you to go even bigger, brighter, bolder. She's saying, shout it from the rooftops. Spread your joy and your light for all to see and hear and feel. People underestimate how powerful joy is and how important it is. People can be healed just from the compassion of another, just from true connection from another, from being truly seen by another. She's showing your eyes and saying how they are so potent. They are like magic. The way that you look at people without judgment, with compassion and encouragement. This makes you a true healer. And this is why you are here. She's showing me something. She's showing me just like a blanket of light, like when you're like putting your hands out and you're just throwing like this blanket of light. She's saying that you have undone so much ancestral wounds with the way that you have been able to step into your joy. So much pain and suffering of the past has been brought to light. She's showing like all of this kind of like darkness and, barren land. And then you throw the blanket of the light and all of these flowers come up. All of these flowers are blooming. It is time for humanity to heal the past wounds. It is time for everything to be brought to the light. And this is such important work. Caregivers and mothers, they need to see themselves as the true healers that they are. Just by loving and caring and giving compassion. Do not feel that you are not doing enough. Do not feel that you are unworthy of just being happy. Because that is the work. The work is to feel joy and spread that joy. And you are all doing such a good job at doing that. You are putting effort into finding your joy. And that is beautiful. And that is profound. And that is courageous. You are all heroes for finding your own light. You save so many when you heal yourself. Let us all come together and acknowledge one another for the beautiful work we are doing. Let us all feel proud of ourselves for letting the wounds come to the surface so that they may be released back to the light. You are the true warriors of humanity. This is how wars are truly won, with love and compassion, understanding, non-judgment of one another. Your higher self is giving you a gift, and she is placing a necklace on you. And it is all gold, solid gold, and it's very big and it's very ornate. So I would look up the symbolism of gold. But I believe it has to do with strength. She's also putting a crown on your head, adorned with rubies and emeralds. Ruby is the color of pure love, holy love, Mother God's love. And green, the color of the healer. And the crown symbolizing your divinity, the goddess that you are. May you all remember the goddess that you are. You are all divine. You are all powerful. You are all pure and perfect in our eyes. We thank you. We thank you for your work. And we hold your hand as you do it. She gave you a bouquet of daisies, which I believe symbolizes purity. And she's throwing gold coins at your feet, showing abundance. She just threw the gold coins in the air and it turned into like rainbows and glitter. And it's just coming down on this group of women, which I believe is all of you watching. I'm sure it's all of you watching. It's all raining down on you. Love and abundance, appreciation. Okay, I'm feeling a pause. This may be her message for today. Lisa, would you like to ask anything?
No, no, this is amazing. Just taking it all in.
Okay, so I'm feeling this is her message for today. So I'm going to go ahead and close the Akashic Records. I would like to thank all of our angels and guides and teachers of the highest truth and compassion for being with us today and giving us this beautiful message of love and support and all of this beautiful energy that you're raining down on us. Definitely soak that in, everyone, because that is a gift in itself. And for now, with gratitude and appreciation, I close the Akashic Records of Lisa Callahan.
So, like I said, or I guess we will say when we do the interview again, I'm very much someone who doesn't talk through these. Like, I just want to hear what they have to say. I didn't talk last time except to ask the one question. And then I reflect back. So if that's okay, I'm going to do that now.
Absolutely. Love that. I always leave time at the end of my readings to have a little chit chat. Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So first thing I want to acknowledge is, so Jenny and I had this conversation that this was specifically for the group, right? And that it wasn't going to necessarily be a 45-minute reading because, and yet when we got on the call, I was sort of like, if it needs to be, it needs to be, we'll let it unfold. But you said you set the intention and the guides pretty much they know the time.
Yeah.
And that was about 15 minutes probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. I also think it's just fascinating that this felt like they came in to talk to the group.
Absolutely.
It was my reading, right? But that's crazy to me.
It's they know our intention. They know why we're here. So yeah,
I know, but it's still like, I say crazy only in that like it blows my mind every time.
Me too. And I'm the
But I mean, like, just all of it. Like, if you guys are watching versus listening, I mean, you could see me like shaking my head because, first off, I mean, London, other than Ireland, London is my happy place. And so that makes me happy. Just I was in London to begin with. The first time I shook my head was when you said I was shopping and I bought a hat. Because yes, well, one, I love hats. Most of you have seen me in a hat at some point, but I don't really have fancy hats. But what made me shake my head was yesterday, one of my team members had told me she had a dream about me. And I said, oh, what was I doing? And she said, oh, well, you were partying, you were at this party, you knew everybody. I was new. I just kind of came in, but I saw this person in a really fancy hat.
Funny.
I know. And she's like, and I came over and it was you.
Fancy hat.
I know, but you don't know that. I didn't put that on Facebook. We did not talk about that. So that's my point. Like, no matter whether you guys believe this stuff or not, and we said this in the interview last time, it'll probably come through in the next time. Like, there will always be something that makes you go, wait, what? And so I like when you said the thing about the hat, I was like, there it is. There's the thing, right? Yeah. And this is me. I mean, this is, I didn't know where this was going in London, but when she came in to say, this is a reflection of the life I live. I mean, that I'm living now. I mean, how honored I am that that's what she sees. And yes, all of it, I am here to make women understand that they're worth everything and that they're doing enough. And, so yeah, again, and I also love that, you and I talked a while ago, but the intention of today was not to have my parents show up and have me burst into tears, like this was just a completely joyful reading,
Cool. Yeah.
And I was also writing the whole time.
As a disclaimer though, I mean, and we talk about it in the interview, sometimes there are some dark things that come up in the records. I never try to sugarcoat that or, it's our human experience. But when something comes up from the past that's painful or dark, it's always for the purpose of healing that situation, or like seeing like, wow, that's why I'm dealing with this right now in this life. That's where the root is. It's not even like, why do I overreact to this? Why do I get so emotional about this thing? Because it's in your energy field from long ago, but I feel like by visiting the records, you're able to acknowledge it. Like they said, bring it to the surface, right? Bring it to the surface so it can be released back to the light and be healed so you can let go of it. But yeah, this was just pure joy. It was awesome.
Yeah, that was super fun. I have one question. What did my husband look like? Could you see him?
So I saw him. Sometimes it's like when I see them, it's kind of like in a dream. I don't know. what other people's dream experiences are like. But sometimes it's like you don't get really definitive details, but it's like you more of like the image. I have a lot of like emotion and knowing. So like I'll know who people are, and it's not necessarily because of how they look. But anyways, I saw him as very tall and slender, and he had like the big beard, and this was like top hat time period.
Right.
So and he had the whole suit, he was a very important political figure. So
I was just curious because, again, and then this is probably tied to what we were looking for today, but like, in my one before, like, you didn't know my dad, but you recognized it was my dad at some point. You knew it was my mom. I think you even saw Darren, and you for sure saw Charlotte. So I just thought it was interesting that you didn't put a name. That's why I was curious. You didn't say, oh, it's Darren or whatever, so it was just.
Yeah, I didn't get the feeling that it was anybody that's in your current family. So, and that's what I'm saying. It's like, it's not necessarily like a visual, like, oh, I recognize that person. It's a knowing, it's a feeling, like in my own life, they show me a lot of my own past lives all the time. And I will just know who the person is. And it's not because of how they look or who they are to be in that life. It's just a knowing. I just,
So so it's not somebody, whoever it wasn't somebody that's in my current family, but could be in my current life.
I mean, it could be, but they maybe didn't think that was important for you to know right now.
Right.
If it was important for you to know that connection, then it would have been known. It doesn't mean that it was that connection, but maybe it's just not the time or the place to venture into that,
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, at some point and again, I guess we set the intention, and I don't know if it works this way or not, but I do want to know like what my deal is with the Eiffel Tower.
Oh, that's funny you bring that up, because I was like a little afraid. I was like, oh no, they're building, and like what's happening?
I was like, okay, she said it was London. She said it was London.
I'm like, oh my gosh, please don't be the Eiffel Tower. What's happening right now? I'm like, this could go. I don't know where this is gonna go.
But
that's
though, I want that though.
Like, I don't know where it's going. I don't,
Right.
And that's sometimes when I'm giving a reading, I'll go, oh dear, okay, this is where I'm going, because I'm not sure where it's going.
Yeah, I know. I love that. So maybe it could, is that a thing? Like, could I say, I really want to figure out what's happened at the Eiffel Tower? I mean, so we could set that intention and make it happen?
Your intention, and that's what we asked about. Yes. Now, it doesn't mean that they will show you if they don't feel that you need to know it, you're ready to know it. However, absolutely. I mean, in my own life, I tend to leave it very open. I've always left it very open. I always say, show me what I need to see at this moment. But there have been a few times where I say, like, show me, my relationship with this person, right? Or like, what is the truth behind my relationship with this person, type of thing. And they have shown me, very specific lives with that person, but sometimes they don't. Like, with my husband that I was with, they never showed me our past lives. And I was like, gosh, it's so weird, like I never see it. And it wasn't until I decided that I was leaving him that then they showed me a bunch of them. And they hadn't shown me before, because it was not good stuff, and it was like, I needed to get to that point in this life for me to realize that it was not a healthy relationship and to move on. And then they showed me that, but I had to make that decision on my own. I had to learn.
No, that makes total sense.
They're not going to give us the answer key, right? They'll give us validation. They gave me validation of what I was feeling. So
I think that's what I love about this. When I think about all the things I've done, past lives, this, human design, Enneagram, any of those things, they're all, for me, I'm never really looking for answers. I mean, I do have a couple of questions that you and I will do on another time where no one else has to see it.
Yeah.
But in general, I always go in very open, and it always ends up teaching me something about something I was doing that maybe I felt weird about, not weird, but like maybe I question, like, why do I always do that? And I always get some sort of answer, even though I wasn't asking a specific question. So it just, that's what I love about all of these things, is they allow you to move forward with new information on how to move through this life. regardless of, again, regardless of where you are in the spectrum of, yes, I 100% believe in this or not, you can't help but just you can't unknow what you know after having something like this. So that's what I love.
I would say every single time I give a reading, that is the main feeling of the client is, wow, like it just like, it makes their own internal, battle have more clarity.
Yes. Whether you
You know,
knew yet, and I don't usually think I have a battle,
it
but it's
shines
still,
like a better a light on it. It's a positive thing. It's never a negative. It's always a positive. Like,
yeah,
wow, I see it in this different perspective now, or they really validated to me the decision I made, or what I'm debating in my head, or the worries that I have. I see, it sheds light on that.
yeah.
You know you better than you know yourself. They know what you need to hear right now. They know what's going on. They know what you're struggling with. So it always hits home.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, love it. Oh, this is so fun.
It is.
Oh, you guys, you have to do this. Like this is part of the program. This is so impactful. When I decided I wanted to add bonuses, Jenny was the first one that came to mind. Do it for fun, do it for validation, do it to answer questions, whatever it is. I beg of you to do this. It's part of the program. So
and it's such a beautiful thing to have in at the same time with the coaching, when we're doing the growth and you're working through it. It's the perfect time to do it.
Yeah.
It really.
Yeah. And we still have so much time in the group program to whatever you've learned doing this. I mean, quite frankly, you get to do it whenever you want. Like it's been paid for. You'll have Jenny's information. I would suggest sooner rather than later, because to your point, like we've got so much time left in the group program that what you learn today with Jenny could shift everything and totally change how you show up and how you receive the information that you're going to be receiving through the group program, and how you receive the community. I mean, I love that my higher self was like, saw the women. Like this wasn't just about me. This was a reading for you guys as well.
It absolutely was.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh, I love it so much. Oh, how lucky am I that I know you?
Oh no, how lucky am I that I know you? I adore you.
Oh, I adore you too. All right, I'm going to stop the recording now. We can, once you watch this bonus, we can always chit chat about it either on our one-on-ones or in the group if we all have watched it close to the time. Thank you, Jenny. I'm just going to stop the recording, then you and I can keep chit chatting.
Okay.
But thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me, and thank you all of you beautiful women for spreading your joy.
Oh, I love it. All right, I'm ending now.